Good morning. What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm a little late. I was having some trouble with my hair dryer. Just kidding. These plants. There's something new about my setup. My wife is taunting me. I think she's setting things up slightly different. She doesn't set this up, but meaning she's moving things slightly different. So I feel uncomfortable. That's not true. That's not what's happening. What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday. It's Fed meeting day over here in crypto for some reason. I love that the decentralized world just stares in eager anticipation what central bank man is going to say so he can help us understand. I do believe that the days of the power of the Fed meeting are at least a little less powerful. You know what I mean? But we're going to talk about that today. I'm still recovering. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I talk about what's going on in my life. Last night, my wife wasn't here. And if you've been following the show, I have, even some of my previous comedy, I've somewhat stumbled into a Brady Bunch sized household. I have 3 children. I have a baby, and my baby, when you got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and your baby is screaming at 11:45 and won't be soothed, and there's no mother around to take him from me, you're tired in the morning. You know what I mean? But that's okay. Like, who wants to hear about that? You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. I'm here. And we are all living in a world dictated by a cartoon frog, Pepe. Are you guys excited? Are you on PEPE-gorand? Did you send your Pepe over to Algorand? There's different ways to do it. We're going to talk about that as well. There's just a lot going on. Before we dive in, I want to check in with the dudes and the gals in the chat. Dudes and gals. Okay, Ludo. Thank you. We all know. What do they call us? Well, they used to call us the Fed chain, but then the Fed sort of went after us. So that's not sticking anymore, is it? Maybe boomer chain, right? Because I got kids, and so does Ludo. Me and Ludo have children. All right, everybody? All right. A little bourbon never hurt. You know, and by the way, Fire Leather, when I grew up in an Italian family and I was actually given bourbon and scotch as a child when I was sick. They had something, brandy too. Brandy, actually. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, they used to give me brandy, really. And we used to soak cherries and call them chuka cherries. We would soak cherries in bourbon. And I loved those as a child because if you ate a few of them, you felt all warm inside. Oh, man. The times were different in the mid to late 80s. All right, guys. So how are you feeling? What's going on? Wait, does having kids make me a boomer? Yeah, it sure does. It sure does, Chris. No, it doesn't. We are vibrant. I'm not a boomer. Boomers are older, right? We're learning a lot about Coop this morning. Where's the one beer? Then you'd be a George Thorogood song. Love it. I was given brandy, HT of my rugby games from age 8. My dad didn't love me properly. I mean, look, here we go. I mean, you guys want it? I had an older brother. I used to love scotch, and they all knew it. And I used to sneak scotches as a kid, like a 6-year-old. And like my godmother and my mom would be there drinking scotch. And my godmother would be like, where? They thought it was funny too, by the way. But where's the scotch? My brother showed off to his friends at 16, or, I was about 4 years old, and had me drink a bunch of scotch. Folks, if you were wondering why I have problems, it's because I wasn't raised right. You know what I mean? Explain the great voice. Well, the great voice, Mike, came from God himself. You know what I mean? This really got off the rails. I'm a shooting star. Christopher Cooper or Christopher Swenner, you are a shooting star. Borderline boomer. All right. Thank you, IRL. I want to say I did tune in to Algo Hour yesterday, and IRL does a good job. I don't understand why she doesn't respect her audience and start at the correct time, but we won't talk about that. All right. So I'm excited. I know this movie, Coop, is called I'm a Dad. Yes, Blade, you know it too, Papa Coop. Felicia Garcia, it's so nice to have you in here. Giovanni, no Pepe. Don't talk about Pepe. I'm talking about Pepe. I bought Pepe for $1. Yeah, Ivan. Here we go. Early bong hits. Oh, yeah. When I was coughing. That's what I should just spin it at. That's the way you do it. You don't complain about being tired. You don't complain about being sick. You just make everybody think you're stoned. And then you're cool. You're no longer accused of being a boomer. Too many bong rips made Coop late. Hey, you know, guys, it's not completely out of the question. Yeah, where's David on Pepe Day? I'm just kidding. It's not Pepe Day, everybody. It's Fed Central Bank Man Day. All right. And Sui Launch Day. Sui launch. Did anybody buy Sui? Did anybody get in? You could create on Uber on top of it. The question is in, who would update the software? There you go. Oh, shoot. He was getting to another point, wasn't he, Zen? He was making his way to another point. We're talking about Gary Gensler, if you're new to the show. All right, guys, I think that because I started so damn late, we need to dive in because there's a lot to talk about. First, before we discuss PEPE-gorand, why don't we dive in and go to, let's see, who are we going to pick on today? We're going to Samino's favorite website, CNBC. He loves CNBC. He tells me every day, he says, just make sure if you do anything that you check CNBC first. So I'm here for you, Samino. Thank you for your feedback and your support of the show. All right, so share it. We're going to go in this corner. I should set that up first. I would take out a different step. You know what I'm saying? All right. So futures are feeling, let's refresh just in case. Yep. All right. So futures are feeling, wow, oil is really pushing down. It's below $70. Interesting. And so is the 10-year. All right. So there's a vibe that inflation is getting better, it seems. But futures don't look like they know what to do. They don't know what to do. We're going to talk more about what this Fed meeting means, and we'll talk about what you're definitely should be looking for during this Fed meeting. Seems like there is some optimism surrounding this meeting, which, you know, it's hard to find optimism right now, but it seems like people are finding it. Oh, man. Microsoft economist warns of AI election interference from bad actors. I mean, this AI thing, there's a reason why Elon Musk is like, oh, we should regulate it. And there's also a reason why that Google, the head of AI at Google, just left, because he's been so damn cautious. The Google AI guy has been so cautious, and it's put Google behind Microsoft and Bing and all that. I guess Microsoft is Bing, right? Or Bing is Microsoft. Doesn't matter. But it has put Google behind Microsoft and other competitors in their investment in AI because they were so cautious. And it looks like Google was like, all right, well, thank you for your service. And now that guy's going to go out and talk about, you know, the risks and push for regulation of AI. But yeah, and interfering in elections, you know, just lots of deep fakes, lots of different crazy stuff. AI is going to bring us, and a lot of cool stuff it's going to bring us. All right. All right, here's what to expect from today's Federal Reserve announcement. I think we can do better than that article. We will read something about that, but we're going to not stick here on CNBC for too long. I don't really see anything that we need to click on that is new. So let's go to Bloomberg real quick. This is Chris Swenner's favorite news site. Possibly be. Bloomberg is good. I prefer Bloomberg to Wall Street Journal, like I think most people nowadays do. When it comes to financial news. All right, so let's go back here real quick. We're there. Let's make sure I'm doing everything right. What to watch as Fed readies to pause with one last hike. All right. We'll click on you, Bloomberg. How about that? But before we do that, let's just see where we're at. We had some scares yesterday on more regional banks, which put some life into Bitcoin. It's potentially just a bunch of short sellers. We'll look at that as well. Stories from me. Okay, the two small banks. We talked about that. U.S. gives a free pass to India as worry over China rivalry deepens. We talked about that yesterday, didn't we? I like this. I don't like this story, but I'm compelled by this story. This U.S. being like, okay, we love you, India. Don't do us like China, sweetheart. Officials address India rights issues privately, not publicly. So they're like, look, we are the land of the free, and we want to support and encourage democracy and human rights, except for we really just, okay, you're doing fine, India. It's okay. We'll talk about it in another room where no one's listening, and then we'll talk very publicly about China because they're mean to us. All right, the Biden administration has decided to remain publicly quiet on India's democratic backsliding, according to, okay, you guys get it. We're not going to read this. But you see what I'm saying. We don't need to get into that. We don't have enough time for me to truly navigate what draws my attention right now. Russia says it foiled Kremlin drone attack aimed at Putin. Uh-oh. That sounds like something that would motivate a person. Wall Street rattled by sell-off, trading halts at two small banks. Okay, this is all good. We don't care. All right, let's real quick because today is Fed Day. And I have this beautiful access to this wonderful site. Let's just see what they're saying. We'll drive through this real quick. Chair Powell will likely signal further moves depend on data. Decision to be released at 2 p.m. Wednesday in Washington. So that's Eastern. So around 11 o'clock my time, they'll release it. And then at 11:30, Jerry will come out and give a speech and talk about all the things. So we're probably going to get a 25 basis point interest rate hike and signal a pause is what we're expecting. I've been thinking for a while that we're going to get one more hike today and that they're going to pause after that. Now, what the market is actually probably priced in is that cuts will happen this year. So I think and I don't really need to read this to you guys and waste our time to tell you this, but my personal opinion is we're going to get that 25 basis point hike, and they'll probably soften the language from last time, which may or may not be necessary to do it or whatever. They're going to probably soften that language. And what we're looking for is any indication. If they say things like, hey, we'll adjust. If we have to start cutting interest rates this year, we will. We'll never say it that explicitly. But if they do say something that people can interpret that they may cut this year, I think you'll see a pump in the market from that. Now, if they're a little more hawkish on cutting this year, if they are more explicit, being like, look, we do not see it. We see, and I think that this is probably what they're going to do. And this is probably what the market kind of really expects on some level, but it could be bad news for the market if Jerry comes out and being like, look, we do not foresee cuts to this interest rate anytime soon. And we plan to hold it at this level for a long time or up if necessary. If that happens, we're probably going to see a further correction in the market. So it's interesting. There seems to be a bullish vibe around this Fed meeting, which, I've been doing this long enough to when there's that bullish vibe, a lot of times that ends poorly. And then don't forget, in the crypto world, today is not the end all be all. I think tomorrow, Coinbase earnings is a bigger deal almost, because I don't think they're going to do well. Do you? All right. So then we'll just check headlines at CoinDesk real quick. We'll look at some prices, and then we're going to dive into some other stuff. All right. SUI token surges to $2 on trading debut as network fully diluted value hits $13 billion. Welcome, Sui, and all of you VCs that just make a killing on these layer ones. All right, but let's just look at that real quick. You guys can see all this. Good. So Sui network tokens jumped to $2. Validators have staked over 4.2 billion Sui tokens as of Wednesday. These are entities in a proof of stake. Market capitalization of Sui's main competitor is around 2 billion, with fully diluted valuation reaching nearly 10 billion, according to CoinGecko. Such spike in Sui's token price at trading debut had some observers on crypto Twitter criticizing the sky-high valuations. People ask why VCs keep funding new, preeminent layer one protocols at billion-dollar valuations, but as long as a hyped layer one can keep getting away by launching at 10 billion plus, fully diluted, even amidst a challenging market, this trend will continue. Almost all founders of hyped layer ones in past cycles are billionaires now, despite little real traction achieved in their blockchain. Silvio, are you a billionaire? Is Silvio Macaulay a billionaire? Looks like Bitcoin's pushing down just a touch. Okay, so there's Sui launch. That's exciting for some of you, I bet. Sorry, guys. Not used to the bong. All right. Pepe coin. Oh, boy. Oh, geez. Oh, Jesus. Pepe coin overtakes Dogecoin, Shiba Inu trading volumes as early buyers take profit. I just read that like Christopher Walken with very odd punctuation, but I think you guys get it. All right. So we got it. We got it. All right. Good for you. Good for you, CoinDesk. You do a decent job. When are you going bankrupt? Did they sell already? I don't know. All right. So shall we go to CoinMarketCap first? No, let's go to gold real quick. Let's just get the gold over with. Gold is over 2,000. Look at that. That's what it is. It's over 2,000. 2016 in the green. It's down about $5 over the last 30 days. Gold is in a good position. People, governments, everybody is stacking serious gold right now. There's a lot of gold buying happening. But yeah. All right. And then silver is probably around $25. Oh, there it is. There you are. Silver's at 25.32. Great. Fear and Greed. How you doing, Fear and Greed? We'll refresh. Fear and Greed is at 64. We're up. Yesterday we were at a 55. Today we're at a 64. That color green is getting brighter. So there you go. Lime green. We're in greed, folks. You're being greedy. Share this instead. There you go. Now you can see it. 64. You're being greedy. All right, cool. So we did it. Now we're going to go to CoinMarketCap. Sui's down 35% since its launch. All right. So, Bitcoin is down about 1% over the last hour. Volume is ticked up a little bit from yesterday. Same time yesterday, we were looking at about $15 billion volume. Ethereum volume is also down. And, we're on the lower end of where we've been going sideways, right? This is our lower end sideways. And Cardano's at 38. Solana's at 21. Polkadot's been getting hit a bit harder than others. It pumped, I think, harder than others recently, too. Litecoin is down actually pretty good to 86. TUSD. This is the no fee pair for Bitcoin on Binance. Justin Sun says that he's not, he isn't behind this, but it's clearly him. This lost its peg recently. On the upside, I think TUSD was trading on Binance or maybe on Dexes for like $1.20 at one point yesterday or the day before. Some crazy shit happening with TUSD, Binance. We're all waiting for that. I just want clarity there. We're all waiting for what's the Department of Justice going to do? What's Gary going to do? All of that. And what will it even mean anything to the market? It's crazy. Of course it will. But will it be a lasting effect? NIR's correcting down pretty hard. And Algorand's at number 41 at 17.5 cents. There you go. And then we got to look up. I know you guys don't like it here, but we're going to look it up here. And then we'll look at Vestige too. Pepe. Pepe is down. It gave away that zero. Folks, what's going on? The devs need to do something. Under 400 million market cap. I did read that that Binance or CZ addressed why Pepe isn't properly put on CoinMarketCap. Ranked is the better word than put. Why it's not properly ranked. And CZ says with these types of tokens where they can't confirm the real circulating supply, that they put them in a similar section. So he's long time. I've noticed that the Hex community is often complained about that as well. But eventually he'll buy, won't he? So there you go. It got as low as an 8. Let's look at the last month. All right. So here you go. It was around here that a friend of the show sent me 250 million Pepe. And then it was around here. I did not sell it. And now we're here. So we're still up from, a week ago. A lot. How are you going to do? How are you guys doing with your Pepe? You guys stoked? And then, by the way, I have to say this now. We're going to go to Vestige, and this is where we'll talk about it. Did I share that? I hope I've been sharing. I know I'm sharing this. What's going on? All right. So we got Pepe down a little bit as an ASA. I want to give a shout out. Are we still, is it considered, Algo considered unregistered security? If we're counting on a guy named John to bring people to the community through his Pepe initiatives, is that us relying on somebody to do something? Because the community is doing a great job right now. Look, think what you will about Pepe. And under no circumstances am I promoting Pepe the meme coin. I'm sorry. I won't do that because I know a lot of people will get trapped in this. For certainly. Unless certain things play out, like, there is, I think, an idea right now that Pepe is going to supplant something like Shiba Inu. And why wouldn't it, really? Now, I actually like Dogecoin on a certain level. I don't own Dogecoin. I don't own Doge, or maybe I do. No, I don't own Doge. I might have a wallet with some Doge in it, but it's not significant. I think, you know what? A buddy paid me $100 in Doge once. So I do have $100 in Doge and like a trust wallet or something. Doesn't matter. But the point is, I'm not pumping my Doge back is the point. But I should just swap that Doge. Well, I'll wait for Elon to do something, but it doesn't matter. So the Doge, I like the Doge. It's proof of work. It's been around. It's the original meme. It was funny. Shiba's never been funny. You've heard me talk about this. Pepe is actually funny. A lot of guys in the Algorand community have had their conviction rattled recently through a bunch of different events, Bittrex, all that crap. All the crap, my algo hack, all of the things. But they found some conviction in, wait, hold on. This is funny. And this might actually catch on. So I don't blame anybody. It's a ride. You can go for the ride. It's fun. You certainly shouldn't invest more than you can lose. You don't want to be the last one out. There's going to be a lot of this where whales dump. But the point is, the main point of what's happening right now is our buddies are attracting some people and showing people that, look, do you really want to be buying size all the time in Pepe? Do you really, because that would be the only way to justify the stupid gas fees that you're going to have to deal with. So why not bridge on over to Algorand and play ball with Pepe on Algorand, zero gas fees, a bunch of aggregators and combo swaps to get the best trade, and all of that. So we're going to look at some of these tokens real quick. ASAs seem to be pushing down a bit. Chips is still above a half a cent. DeFi is still there. I mean, it's just pushing down minimally. Opal is about 16. It's been sort of ranging from 15 to 18 recently. Vestige is looking green. And that's where we're at right now. And there we go. The Algorand native meme coin, Akita Inu, is doing good. There's an Akita Pepe pool. So maybe you're out there and you're being like, all right, I keep on hearing about buying Pepe on Algorand, but how do I do it? How do I do it, Coop? Coop, how do I do it? All right. Well, first of all, let's check liquidity because slippage is going to be annoying. So you have two pools of note in the Algorand ecosystem right now. You have Unpacked, which is a great DEX. Packed has $26,000 worth of TVL. So that's a good option there. And you also have Tiny Man if you're looking to, and that, oh, by the way, the Packed pool is paired with ETH, Go ETH. And then you have the Tiny Man pool, which is Pepe Algo. So how are you going to get over here? Well, you could obviously just send Algo to a Para wallet, a DeFi wallet. But let's just stick with Para for right now. You would just send from a centralized exchange. You send Algo to your Para wallet, and then there you go. Or you could bridge. Folks. Bridge it up. There you go. So there you go. You go to the Messina bridge. You can go from Ethereum and you can send USDC. Algorand is the first layer one that USDC natively supported. And we're still standing. So there you go. You can send that, or you can send your wrapped ETH, and it will turn it into something called Go ETH via the Algo Mint. And there you go. The fees are very low. Let's say you were going to send 1 ETH. Boom. You will end up with 0.998 ETH on Algorand. Not bad, right? You feel good about that, don't you? I think so. All right. So then you could do that and you could swap. Or why don't we just do it? Guys, should I just do it? Why don't we go to Vestige? We're going to buy Pepe live at Vestige. Vestige is a great aggregator. If you have just one vest, right? If you have one of those in your, you get a better swap. There's also other aggregators like Alamex. If you use the DeFi wallet, the native aggregator in there is also good. It's all very good, but we'll use a friend of the show, Bunsen and Vestige, and let's buy a stupid small amount of Pepe live on the ReCoop. I'm going to use the my donation wallet, coindrive.recoup.algo. I'm adding Pepe to it, folks. So we're going to spend 25 algo. What is that? Less than $4. Less than $4. Very little slippage. Is it? Oh, it's literally just going to do Tiny Man. So you don't even need this at this point, but it doesn't matter. It's so small. So I'm going to get 4 million Pepe. Somebody from Kentucky calling me. I'm going to get 4 million Pepe. I just went down for 25 algo. There we go. Let's just do it. Get off here. No, I'm not sharing. Shit. Damn it. Okay. You guys here? All right, we're good. That could have been somebody telling me to share, but I don't know Kentucky. All right. Anyways, so now you're seeing it. You guys didn't see any of that. Damn it. I'm such a dickhead. All right. Sorry. Here we are, guys. So look, here, you're going to go here, swap. You're going to get algo. I'm going to Pepe. All right. Pepe. Where are you, Pepe? You're going to search Pepe. You're going to make sure you got the right Pepe. It's got a little check next to it. Beautiful. Don't let people scam you. Make sure you're doing the right one. Right here, I'm getting 4 million Pepe for 25 algo with 0 fees. There's no fees, folks. All right, and then I'm going to take my little wallet here, and I am going to buy Pepe. And I'm going to spend less time on this afterwards. So I'm now, boom. That opted into it for me and everything. And boom. 25.11 algo and I got over 4 million Pepe. Look at me. Guys, look at me. I just bought Pepe. So if you'd like to donate more Pepe to my wallet, if you want to donate Vest, if you want to, any of these, you can, all of those tokens, most of these tokens are available, not most, some of them are available. I've opted into most. Anyways, there you go. So Pepe is down. I just bought some. I'm a Pepe holder on Algorand. It's very easy to do. You can reach out to me on Twitter if you want to, but I'm not encouraging really anybody to participate in this. I'm really most interested in people knowing how easy it is to bridge over to Algorand and yada, 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 yada. This hopefully opens up the door to potentially like a NFT bridge, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be cool? It'd be cool to have an NFT bridge. Why don't we get that on Algorand next? There you go. I know Folks Finance is working on being able to use your NFTs as collateral. So there's lots of cool things that you could do, and it would help. You know, Algorand is so quick, fast, cheap, all that. It would be very helpful if you wanted to be a multi-chain NFT project. Wouldn't that be neat? All right, guys, I got to move on. All right, so there we go. There's Vestige. Are you guys yelling at me? Early? Did you try breastfeeding? You fuckers. All right, let's go all the way down here. Let's stop sharing real quick. I bought Wojak. All right, Coop. Why do you have a contact? The bigger thing is Coop doesn't have my contact. I have. Okay, there's a little known fact about me. My phone's a mess. This is an issue. Why is your phone coming from Cat? Thank you for calling me. Okay, I'm saving it after the show. But we do have other things to talk about. This is crazy. Someone needs to reboot Coop. Answer your phone. Oh boy. Did we're doing great, guys. Look, I told you that did you try breastfeeding was the first thing I saw when I came back. That's fucking funny. You people are funny. All right. Well, I feel like I should talk about other things other than Pepe, right? I do think that NFT bridge would be cool. All right, I guess we did. So what did I have? Did you guys all participate in the and then just to kind of put a button on this, let's look at D13's post real quick. It was a good post. All right. I can't believe I didn't share that. I do that whole thing, waste everybody's time. And all right, so D13, wondering what the next big what the big deal is about DEX on Algorand on round whatever. We fired off 10,000 swaps, 10,000 swaps of a very small amount of Go ETH for Pepe. We paid $5 in network fees. 16 seconds later, after hitting go, all swaps are finalized. If this seems impressive, well, we actually didn't broadcast optimally this time. The network can do more. Our previous AMM test peaked at 26 2,690 swaps per second. 2,690 swaps per second. This was not a synthetic benchmark. These are one-to-one replicas of end-user transactions that the PacFi front end would send. You are sleeping on the best DEX trading experience you can have. Bring your Pepe. You can see the transactions here. You know what? This inspired me. I want everybody to also see something. If you, for some reason, are here and you're new and you're wondering, should I participate in, should I get over there? Should I do the thing? Look at these farms. Okay, they got to load. What's going on? Where are the farms? Look at that. All right, DeFi, popular wallet, popular ASA. You're getting, these come down because but the governance thing is kind of 20%. You're getting about really 20% farming rewards. Algo, you're getting about 30% to participate in the Algo USDC. This governance APR, you're too late for that, so you can't count that. Right here, if you wanted to bridge your ETH, you could be easily getting, look at this. Look at this, folks. Look at this. Is anybody paying attention? Bridge your ETH to Algo, provide liquidity on Pact, and you'll be making 47% farming rewards. This doesn't count. Vest, 28%. Where's now I'm just curious. Where's there it is. They're boosting the ETH one more, but look at that. Algo, BTC, you're making 15, 18, over 30% in rewards. So there you go. There's opportunity. And Tiny Man is another wonderful place to farm. They've got great farms over there. I'm not going to spend the entire time looking at it, but I'm just saying, there you go, guys. It is what it is, and it's great. Okay, so how are we doing? How's everybody doing? Can I talk to you guys for a second? Can we chat? Can we chat for a second? But who hasn't used Vez? Okay. Wrong screen again, Coop. Oh my God. Hate you guys. He needs a monitor with just a chat to avoid this. 100%. That is the thing. Oh man. Was I not sharing anything? Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys want to see me have a mental breakdown? All right. Anyways, well, I don't know what I didn't show you. Did you not see any of that packed stuff? Is that what it was? What was it? The pack stuff that you guys didn't see? You didn't see any of the pack stuff. You fuckers. Well, you heard it. Farms. But I have that voice that somebody mentioned earlier. There you go. I don't even care anymore. 30%. Come to Algorand or not. I don't give a shit. Okay, here you go. BTC. You like BTC? You get, you can get over 30%. If you like ETH, which you probably do, especially if you're coming over from Pepe, you can literally be making, look at this, 25%, 10%, 35%, 40, almost 50% farming reward, or 12% on trading and 35% in farming rewards. Like, what? Where else are you going to get? Algorand is a spot. You can also trade, and you can trade your Pepe. Add liquidity to that. There's rumor that they may actually add a Pepe farm, which would be hilarious and which would be great. It would encourage more liquidity, and obviously that would help with the swap. All right. Be careful, guys. I've spent way too much time on Pepe today. I want you guys to be careful. The main point is that Algorand is an incredible DeFi experience. I've known that for a long time right now. There are options. There are incredible sites, Tiny Man, Pact, Folks Finance. It goes on and on and on. AlgoFi, Humble. There's a lot of great things to do and to be done. All right. And then there's great aggregators, like I said, Vestige, Alamex, DFly. Pact also has a smart router that is great. So there's just a lot of cool shit. And now I've kind of, did I not even share D13? Who knows what I'm doing here? And then, there also is LimeWire. Just kidding. LimeWire. Let's go to, did you guys see this very organic post from the Martini guy? Look what he says. The Martini guy, I think he has about 500,000 followers on Twitter. Why I keep talking about LimeWire. We all used it. Major investors and partners, celebrity artists and influencers, 4 major exchange listings on May 16th, sold out pre-sale, and more in the thread. Look at this organic post. There is a gap in real Web3 social media type platforms. They have big time backing. Plus, big influencers, artists like these people. Major partnerships with Algorand, Universal. Their token community pre-sale sold out in less than 48 hours. I'm checking it out. Well, that Martini guy, you're clearly not in the United States because you would be more worried about having to disclose the fact that LimeWire paid you. Okay. All right. So, no point. I mean, this is, I don't know why I went to this, just because LimeWire has irritated me because of how much they've marginalized their Algorand partnership. And they clearly paid this guy and he didn't disclose it at all. But that's the world we live in, folks. Balaji. Doesn't matter how you say it. This guy, he kind of has got me thinking, share that tab. You know what I'm saying? Just got to click share that tab, folks. It's sharing, right? All right. I have a bit of, I just burned $1 million to tell you they're printing.
Now, let's talk about the trillions. So the reason that I did this,
we're not going to watch it. I just burned $1 million to tell you they're printing trillions. The $1 million bet is now closed out by a mutual agreement. He paid, he gave 1.5 million. And he donated to Bitcoin Core, Give Directly, and Medlock. He's not a trader. He's not John McAfee. And I'm not in the habit of publicly burning $1 million. The reason I did this was because I do believe in the public good. But unfortunately, we can't rely on the public sector anymore to tell us when something's wrong. After all, Yellen knew the 08 crisis was coming, but didn't sound the alarm. Bernanke told us on April 10th, 08, that it would be a mild recession, but 158 days later, the world economy had collapsed. And Powell keeps saying today that we can still have a soft landing. So I spent my own money to send a provably costly signal that there's something wrong with the economy and that it's not going to be a soft landing like Powell promises, but something much worse. Months, years, decades, or centuries. If trading, that's not part of the thread. Oh, it is. If trading too early is being wrong, but if preparing, hell is truth seen too late. So I don't care that much about timing. Being early on something like this is being right. That said, when does the fiat crisis kick off? It famously is difficult to nail the timing. Perma-bears have arguably been wrong for 15 years till they were so very right on inflation. Personally, I think the U.S. has a 10% chance of defaulting in months, 70% chance in years, and 19% chance in decades, and a 1% chance of it making it to centuries. Whether that default be explicit or more likely implicit, money printing, but 10% is very high. Then again, due to the debt ceiling issue alone, Larry Summers thinks it's a 2 to 3% in months. Markets have it at an all-time high of 149 basis points, and even Washington Post writers say it's high. So how far away is default? Is U.S. sovereign default months, years, decades, or centuries away? I'm interested in your view. All right. So from Alan Greenspan, the United States can pay any debt it has because we can always print money to do that. So there is zero probability of default. All right. I just read that because look, it's starting to worry me, and it's starting to make me want to add to my Bitcoin, which I've been holding for a while, but I can't believe I didn't share any of that. All right. And then it would be irresponsible for me because I talk so much about Pepe. Pepe's pump has meme coin fans excited, but red flags abound. Pepe is the latest meme coin to entice crypto speculators, but there are concerns over whether insiders control significant chunks of the supply. All right. So this is a little bit of an older article. This is where I got the CoinMarketCap spokesperson. By default, all unverified market caps are ranked in the same ballpark. The situation is fluid. We're trying to gather more information. So they're going to probably get that in there. Mysterious Pepe whale snapped up supply. CoinMarketCap spokesman cited a Twitter thread posted on April 19th, a few days after the token started trading on Uniswap by the research arm quant trading shop Thanefield. The thread highlighted key concerns around a set of mysterious whales who'd gobbled up almost 30 trillion Pepe, 7% of the supply, within a few minutes of it trading on exchanges. The wallets acquired their Pepe with an average cost of 0.6 ETH. About 29 trillion Pepe is now worth more than $30 million. So these whales turned $1,000 into $30 million. However, the firm noted that even a small fraction of those tokens were sold. If even a small fraction of those tokens were sold, Pepe's thin liquidity would mean the token's price would collapse. This behavior raises questions about whether these wallets belong to insiders or the Pepe developer team, as not only did they have impeccable timing, but they're also holding a considerable amount after a significant run of 1,000x. On the other hand, it is also impressive that these wallets demonstrate strong conviction by holding onto their positions even after a massive run. CoinMarketCap spokesman told Blockworks that the Pepe team claims the token circulating supply is equal to its total supply, which would mean the wallets flagged by Thanefield should not belong to any project insiders. The site is still in the midst of evaluating whether that's the case. In any case, there are other red flags associated with Pepe. Smart contract auditing firm GoPlus Security cites 3 potential security risks, which could result in Pepe doubling as a so-called honeypot, a ruse to enrich project insiders via an exit scam, otherwise known as a rug pull. Honeypot risks include the potential for developers to suspend trading, limit transactions, and blacklist addresses from interacting with their tokens. If that doesn't dissuade you, then perhaps Pepe's own disclosure will. Pepe is a meme coin with no intrinsic value or expectation of financial return. There is no formal team or roadmap. The coin is completely useless and for entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And that's the whole point of this, is that people literally, the bull case for Pepe is that the Pepe meme is ingrained in the culture of crypto. It has been funny forever, and it continues to be funny. That is literally the investment thesis on this. And we think that this is fun. They think this is funny, and people will continue to find it funny, and we will coalesce around it. Now, be careful. Lock profit and play with house money because you are gambling. There you go. You guys upset that I couldn't share how to buy it on Algorand, but I could share that article. Oh boy. Oh, showing there was last night. It was removed. What happened? An apology. You're funny. When can I get a 1,000x win on a 1K investment? Yeah, when? Maximus? April 17th. Guess you're an insider. Did you get 30 trillion for $1,000? Or did you get 30 million for $1,000? Because if so, sir, bridge that on over to Algorand and shoot a little donation to coindrive.recoop.algo. Why is there clawback on bridged Pepe? They changed that. There is no longer clawback on bridged Pepe. I think last night it was showing that, and I believe if I have my information correct, that Messina changed that. Playing on house money. There you go. I've got my money back in entertainment. There you go. And it's been entertaining. And just to put the button again on it is that it's also highlighting how easy and good and quick and cheap and how fast Algorand is. Okay, enough, folks. What else? What do you guys want? What do you guys want from me? Are you guys excited about the Fed meeting? Are you guys excited to see how Coinbase delivers? What are you guys into right now? Are you guys into, what's your hobbies? I have to get sleep or this show's a disaster. Like, it's just, I'm getting too old to not get sleep and do a good job at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, I have to sleep. All right. So the market's opened and they're still trying to figure it out. They're still trying to figure it out. Pretty much even. Oh, shoot. Here we go. U.S. turns to familiar name to clean up $114 billion banking mess. BlackRock. The BlackRock States of America. Once again, Washington is turning to his favorite Wall Street cleaning crew to pick up after the U.S. banking industry. After almost 2 months of smoldering turmoil in the banking sector and investors worrying there could be more trouble ahead, BlackRock has only begun its work. The firm's financial markets advisory unit, a sort of financial crisis SWAT team, has been retained to size up and sell investments related to 2 failed lenders. For FMA, the client is the FDIC, and the challenge is to find buyers for $114 billion of securities left to the U.S. government by SVB and Signature, all while not further ruffling financial markets. It's a big job, the biggest of its kind ever, in fact, and one that will entrench BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, even more deeply in the regulatory apparatus of Washington. Insiders acknowledge the potential payoff isn't money. Fees haven't been disclosed, but BlackRock's take on previous projects has been modest. The real reward, as is often the case at such moments, comes in the form of access, prestige, and influence. A seat at the table when the next crisis or perhaps the next opportunity arises. That clout burnishes BlackRock Chief Executive Officer Larry Fink's reputation as a power broker and draws attention to the firm's growing reach into global markets. Yeah, we are in the United States currently, and this, I'm no expert in this stuff, folks, but we are propping up BlackRock and JP Morgan like crazy. These guys are getting bigger and bigger and more powerful. It's not the way, but it is the way that it's happening. Fink has spent years positioning FMA as the crisis manager favored by governments and central banks. Largely behind the scenes, it spends most of its time, when not contracting with the government, advising financial firms around the world about risks to their books. How about you, BlackRock? You get in there, you sit at that table, you say, "Oh, Gary, you're going directly to jail. Why don't you do that? Get rid of him, help your friends at Coinbase out, and let us all move on." Relational power. We don't really need to read all this. Relational power with the federal government. Well before SVB and Signature cratered, BlackRock was positioning itself for just this moment. It was reaching out to FDIC officials about contractor work in the event of bank failures. People familiar with the matter said. It even advised SVB, a prominent lender to the technology industry, well before the California bank failed. Its pitch to the FDIC apparently was compelling enough for the regulator to pre-approve BlackRock for future work. This placed FMA at the top of the short list of contractors for receivership work. BlackRock was the only vendor on our receivership basic ordering agreement list qualified to sell securities. Interesting. BlackRock appears to have handedly managed the initial round of sales on April 18th. which involved mortgage-backed securities coming rounds, which could work out to the rough equivalent of $2 billion a week and take months. May not be easy. As Morgan Stanley analysts put it in a April 21 note to clients, the effort is happening as the mortgage market moves into uncharted waters. The uncertain course of markets and the economy won't help. This week, for example, investors said BlackRock's team could have a challenge selling municipal bonds left over by SVB because they were mostly long-term securities with relatively low coupons. Interest rate, for those of you that are thinking of like 75 cents off of your Ben and Jerry's ice cream. More work. FMA, which employs roughly 200 people, have never been okay. You guys are probably bored, but this is interesting to me because BlackRock, which we all joked about taking over the world, is making inroads on that plan. Anything else? Let's go to the block. We didn't look at the block today, did we? They're usually a little bit better, I think. 30% tax on Bitcoin miners' electricity usage. We got SUI. Oh, we didn't even look at SUI when I went to... It's a funny title. Balaji loses 1 million Bitcoin bet as US dollar fails to collapse. That's funny to me. All right. Bitcoin still pretty sideways. Kathy keeps on buying Coinbase. I can't believe I didn't share that earlier. That's going to haunt me today. All right, let's just go to one more crypto site, and then we'll go to Twitter. Oh, that's not it. Have I not been sharing? It's the voice. It's not the visuals, guys. French Senate proposes to allow crypto ads by influencers. Binance users farmed 4 billion in SUI tokens. New York and Berlin tied for second place as most important crypto hub. All right. So there's nothing. Let's go to Twitter. Algorand is trending for me. Man, that's crazy. Look at that. Pepe, 4 million tweets. That's wild. Too bad my show is such a shit show. JT Invest in You says good morning. Now I'm just looking at my feed because I'm dejected. Hope Jamie Foxx is doing okay. Is he doing all right? SUI, almost 3 million tweets. Algorand, 16,000 tweets. It's not a lot. Jessica Alba. Why are you trending, Jessica Alba? I had a crush on Jessica Alba when I was a young man. I don't know what we're doing here. What am I doing? I had a crush on her when I was a young man. What am I doing? And by the way, folks, there's probably arbitrage opportunities for you on ETH to be going back and forth. I would check and see if there's some easy arb to do. Okay, how do we get more women into Web3? Crypto finally. She's ended up in my feed. Oh, because I'm following her. I followed her. I didn't know that. If we legitimately want more women in Web3, it's not about creating group chats, calling ourselves baddies, or launching projects. It's about holding yourself to the same accountability as the men, and the men holding us to the same accountability as themselves. This is bipartisan. I just think that people should just do what they want to do. If you want to be a baddie, I guess the baddies, there was a problem because they rugged on on a meme coin called Jugs. I mean, it's just all ridiculous. So if you took Jugs seriously, you're sort of ridiculous. And the baddies rugged you. Play better next time. You know what I mean? But look, a lot of people in Web3, a lot of women in Web3 use their body, you know? I mean, Instagram, like where what are we doing? Like this is what everybody does. If you're hot, you show it off. And it brings people to your page. It makes men want to watch and women. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with it. It might not be your taste, but to me, there's nothing inherently wrong with people just doing their, their hustle. It's when you are hurting people, which I'm sure she's reacting to. And she's reacting to the fact that she feels like they're being held to a different standard because they're baddies. And that's true. There you go. She started crying, huh? Did you hear? You can buy Pepe on Algorand. Oh, yeah. What do you got to do? How are we doing this? Pepe, literally Pepe. There's an incredible NFT project that I actually haven't thought about in a bit, but it's one of my favorite NFTs is the knit heads. And I mean, they also have little knits and snails, but the knit heads are right here. They're like knitted frogs, basically. They look great. And he's doing a giveaway. He's doing, he's going to give away 1 million wrapped Pepe to 10 people. And the transaction cost is basically nothing. And all you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. So let's do it. Let's get this message out there. I receive $50 in gas fees. You receive failed transaction. Pepe and on ETH be like, yeah, did you guys, you didn't even see my damn transaction. That sucks. So I'm not doing it again. Okay, 4 hours ago. Packed. Is that a Pepe staking farm you see on the horizon? I just want to say, look, I have a hard time because I want to be a responsible person because I don't want to be seen as promoting, Pepe, because I know that there's a tremendous amount of danger and there's no utility and there's no really other than what I've said is the funny thing. But I just want to repeat once again how cool and how great this movement by the Algorand community to be like, you should see this. There's opportunity. You can easily get your Pepe over here, and there's going to be a farm. There's going to be a Pepe Go ETH farm on Pact where you're going to be able to provide liquidity and make a better swap to deepen the volume. Also, by the way, guys, the Warriors got punched in the throat by the stupid Lakers last night. Jordan Poole launched up a 3. I wish he hadn't shot that shot. Like, let's go Steph in that moment, Jordan. Let's go Steph. When you can tie or go up whatever it was with a minute left or 2 minutes left, but then they just fell apart. Crypto for Change, friend of the show. He's tweeting. Aren't you supposed to be in this in the chat, David? Just kidding. Down to $1.28. I think they sold it at 10 cents. One out of every 6,278 Pepe tokens that exist on Ethereum have been bridged to Algorand through Messina 1 in the first 24 hours. Algorand equals instant finality, sub-penny fee, no failed gas, atomic swaps built into layer 1, can do thousands more smart contracts per second. All right, guys. I am here. Okay, good. Always watching. Even though I don't have your damn phone saved. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to say I'm proud of myself today. I'm not going to walk out of here, go look in the mirror and be like, you did it. You did it, Coop. Coop, another banger in the, I can't even think of a word in the library. Put that one on the wall. That Pepe episode is going to go down in ReCoop history, where you inexplicably, in the most important time of the episode, for your friends, you weren't sharing like a cock. Anyways, okay. Oh, by the way, algo leagues. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff that I was supposed to do, and I'm just like I'm a sad man. First, I want to say this. I was reading through Twitter, and there was a big Twitter space, and they were all talking about Pepe on Algorand. Algorand kept on coming up and up and up. And something that they had mentioned in that space is that Algorand is known for being a good gaming chain, and a friend of the show, sponsor of the show, Cool Down Gaming Guild, which is also, I believe, from a tweet recently, also looking at Sui as a potentially good place for games as well. But yeah, so why don't we just catch up with what's going on with Algorand Gaming this week real quick, because I think that would be fun. All right. So a short and sweet update. We got Fractal Monsters. This is an incredible monster taming game built homegrown by the team behind, including the team behind Flemish Giants, another very successful, awesome NFT project in the Algorand ecosystem. Fractal Monsters has announced that they will soon be releasing a mobile version of their game. This means that players will be able to enjoy all the excitement and fun right at their fingertips. There you go. Fractal Monsters is coming to a mobile device sooner than you think. Trentorian, a space-themed MMO, has introduced the Metacarp, a new battleship designed by the Henkos. I need to try this game. They offered for me to try it. Introducing Metacarpal, the Henkos have done it again, designing a battleship inspired by the unique biology of their home planet. The Metacarpal is based on a rare species of whale-like creatures. Aegir Tactics. The upcoming competitive card game has introduced a brand new leaderboard page on their website. This is another project that was homegrown from the beginning here on Algorand. I mean, I don't know about from the beginning, but as far as I know about them, they've been here building this organically through NFTs, and they just keep on delivering. Players can now climb the ranks and compete with others, with special rewards being handed out based on leaderboard standings. Keep an eye out for more exciting updates. Thirstober Racing. Thirstober has launched another one of their awesome racing collabs, and this time it's with Pixel Squirrels. If you own a Pixel Squirrel NFT, jump into their Discord racing and take part. We have said before, and we will say it again, we love collabs between Algorand projects. Where are my nuts? Loaf Pickle says. And there you go. So Cooldown is fantastic. And there was something else I wanted to do real quick. It was gaming. Algogator, we saw, if you were here in the beginning of the show, you saw that, but there's also Algogator, which is wallet management. They have a premium product still available. Algorand made easy. So if you're looking for Algorand to get easier, you can find the best places to provide liquidity. Algorand does have a safety measure, which sometimes can be cumbersome, where you have to add an asset ID before somebody can send it to you. They're finding ways around that, but there's a lot of good security. You don't get spam and you don't get everything. But sometimes you can opt into a bunch of assets. Certainly, if you're an NFT collector, you could have opted into an NFT that you no longer have, and it is holding hostage, a little bit of algo, and you can use Algogator to go in there and mass opt out and free a bunch of algo that you have locked. Portfolio tracking, liquidity providing, NFT viewing, DeFi valuing. This is just a great charting. It's a great Algorand wallet management tool. All right. Our friends at Goracle. Decentralized Oracle Network. They just announced a collaboration with Infistones Global by contributing directly to the security and availability of nodes within the Oracle network as a validator, as well as providing advisory services around infrastructure solutions. Sweet. The Oracle Hackathon will be announced soon. Got suggestions for an app you want to see built? Let us know. If your idea is selected for a challenge, you will win $250. Have we mentioned how we love memes? So much so, for the entire month of May, the best meme posted in our Discord each day will win 50 algos. So they're doing their thing. They're bringing the first decentralized Oracle to Algorand, and we should like that. All right. Jackson Mahomes is, what did he do again? That's the brother of Patrick Mahomes, right? What did he do? He did something wrong, didn't he? What did you do, Jackson? Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. Jackson Mahomes, the brother of Chiefs MVP quarterback Patrick Mahomes, has been arrested on suspicion of aggravated sexual battery. Happened on the 25th at a restaurant, and video circulating online shows. All right, I don't know what's going on with that. So he did something wrong. Prim would like to make a bet that Bitcoin baddies have never read the Bitcoin white paper. Look at that. Look at that butt. That butt needs more butt. I like that he has a set butt. Oh, shoot. Look at it, even like it's polished. My decisions to retweet are very random. My favorite thing that's happening, though, is with this whole Pepe thing is people asking the foundation to promote it. Are you trying? Like, really? Have you thought that? Have you thought that further ahead for the ramifications of what that could mean? Now, certainly, John Woods was like, all right, be careful out there, folks, but enjoy all of the instant finality and the low fees and all that. That's as much as you should really expect. Because the danger here is that Pepe does not actually have good people that were here early on it. And they decide because of some, bad event that happens over the next week that there's going to be no liquidity. So Pepe will be drained the fastest. If there comes a cataclysmic event in crypto, right? Or in macro, which cataclysmic is that likely? Probably not. But I'm just saying, in the event of a black swan event, right? Where everything is going to go down a lot, Pepe will go to zero. Because if the early people make the calculation that there's going to be no more liquidity and they're going to get stuck, they're going to start the cascade down. Now, that's a doom and gloom sort of scenario. But just know, look, Pepe will go down faster than Near or whatever because there isn't a whole lot going on. But what do they do? What is this? They're just throwing up into each other's mouth? There you go, Cheese. The Cheese Man. He loves Philly cheesesteaks. Disaster relief. Yeah, but I guess my point is that asking the Algorand Foundation to promote, Pepe or something like that is just a bad idea, because if it goes all down, then they look like total assholes. So there's no way that they should do that. And it's also just fun that it just shows that this is a distributed community, a decentralized community where this hype doesn't need to come from the foundation. We don't need the amplification from the foundation. It truly just makes it worse, I think, if the foundation started promoting this. All right, Mocha Nerd, what do you got? When ETH users find out they can buy wrapped Pepe on Algorand via Messina or Wormhole with no gas fees, no front running, no sandwich trades, think about how much more Pepe you'll receive. Even better swaps. I mean, for $4, I got. Can you on can you on ETH buy $4? I put $4 of algo into Pepe, and I think I got almost 5 million Pepe for $4. That's got to be impossible. And don't you guys worry. If there's a packed farm, I'll put that 5 million Pepe in the pool. Hanging out with the Polygon guys. By the way, the FIFA NFTs are doing better. They sold out. They're selling. It's almost like with NFTs, FIFA, Algorand, it's almost like scarcity matters. They made a lot less and it created demand. When you create a thing with what feels like an infinite supply, it feels like there's zero value. And it feels like you're just buying highlights for no reason. And then especially if you're getting commons and you know that there are some insane amount of each, it doesn't feel great and nobody wants to purchase that. And then you have to keep on buying and buying and buying packs until you finally get one. But because you have created no demand through no rarity, no scarcity, there's just no real buyers unless maybe for the top of the top. So moving forward with these, it's a much better idea to create demand through a more scarce thing. And it seems like they've learned that. I believe that I think there was less than 10,000 released recently for this actual World Cup. We have the Women's World Cup. I'm sure that those will be scarce as well. And hopefully moving forward, it's a more successful project because, it seems more obvious. They overestimated the demand. Nice. Pepe wrapped alco. Is that what that means? Look at that. That's a lot of weed. That's hilarious. There you go. Funny. That's definitely getting smoked out. That guy is very much smoking everybody out. I've had Hobbs. Paul Hobbs is a good one. Yeah, we're pushing it, and I love it. Look at this. See, this is funny. This is the Pepe I love. The Miami mayor confirms he's continuing to take his salary in Bitcoin, but Miami mayor, oh yes, Andy, did he? He was taking it. He was taking half in algo, half in BTC. What happened? Feels doofy, man. I like that one. Big splash coming tomorrow. That guy. All right. Are you guys still here? Yeah, some of you are still here. All right, guys. Well, look, it's been fun. Yeah. Knitted Frogs, FTW for the win. I'm going to go for the win. When I was a kid, FTW meant something else. So. Oh, that's why I even went over there. Do you guys want to win a Coops NFT? Algo Leagues, play to earn NFT story unfolding on Algorand. Will you choose to be a superhero or a villain? Attention, Algo Leagues heroes and villain. It's that's May. There it is. Tonight's Block Wars, this was yesterday, saw a record 78 heroes and villains. To celebrate, we're giving away this Coop Daniels number 2 in our Discord. Happy Mayo de Algo. Look at that. That shirt, the chain, the beard, the pipe. Come on, folks. Win it. I love it. Algo Leagues. Shout out to Algo Leagues. I want to be a superhero in your story. I didn't share it, you motherfuckers. Algo Leagues. Look at this. Play to earn NFT story unfolding on Algorand. Will you choose to be a superhero or a villain? Here we go. Tonight's Block War saw a record 78 heroes and villains. To celebrate, we're giving away this Coop Daniels number 2 in our Discord. And then all the things that I just said. The Knicks, any Knicks fans out there? They tied it up 1-1. They were almost going to lose to the Heat without Jimmy Butler. And they had Julius Randle back. So that was a problem. All right, I shared it. Algo Leagues is awesome. Okay. Well, guys, like I said earlier, Bama tweeting about SEC football in May. True Southerner. It's going to be an amazing series. I'm here, always watching. Coop is trolling us at this point. All right. Actually trying to figure out, I've like for the last 15 minutes, I've been thinking about Wilder's suggestion. I need to have this chat open on a different monitor. That would solve all my problems because you guys would be like, you're not sharing, dickhead. And I'd be like, I'm not sharing. So I'm going to figure that out. But that's it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get to bed early tonight. My wife will be here. We're going to find out. I'll be on the computer. I'll be on Twitter, probably tweeting today around 11:30 my time around the Fed meeting. I'll be interested to see what's going on there. And then we didn't look at it, but and these were the things there was a couple of things that I really wanted to talk about. Today in the earnings, you got Qualcomm. Got Qualcomm. Today's the 3rd, right? Yeah. That's after the bell. So we'll see about that. We got gold in the morning. I don't know how they did, but Barrick is like one of the biggest gold miners. I think it's actually the biggest, or certainly one of them. Garmin still exists. Their GPSs, right? Let's see. Okay, nothing else. But then tomorrow, like I said, for us, tomorrow's a big deal. Apple and Budweiser is probably not going to do a good job. Budweiser is having some problems. They don't know how to correct their how they pissed off their core, people that buy that stuff. I've never been a huge Budweiser Bud Light fan. The only way I've ever drank Bud Light is that if there was whiskey or tequila with it. So we have Block tomorrow. which should be interesting. They're doing some interesting stuff with Bitcoin mining, obviously payments as well. Coinbase, there you go. So that's going to be after the bell. They're expected to lose $1.44 per share. I think that they probably, maybe they'll exceed that. It seems unlikely to me that will go all that well. And then I thought this was an interesting thing. What time is it? Oh shit, I got to go. But short sellers tighten grip on regional banks and run up to rout. KRE short interest as percent of shares outstanding is 96%. Short sellers emboldened when relief rally didn't come. So bearish bets on regional banks jumped appreciably in the last week, and hedge fund shorts were part of the initial surge in selling as the group's shares dropped Tuesday morning. Short interest as a percentage of shares outstanding. While high short interest in banks is hardly a shock after a string of high-profile failures, it may be adding to pressure in the shares. Bearish hedge fund traders were present in the bout of selling that erupted this morning and later prompted long-only investors to sell too. Yeah. So First Republic's collapse into an 11th hour accusation. The fact that we didn't get a sigh of relief rally in the regionals yesterday likely further emboldened the folks that short that group for a living. By that, I mean, wait a minute, this group never got a bid when we put the last problem child to bed, and maybe we can continue to press these shorts. It's unclear right now whether these banks actually have substantive weaknesses or whether or not it is just raiders trying to get the stocks to go down, whether or not it's short sellers or others trying to force the Fed's hand. Anyways, so the short sellers they smell blood and they're making that situation worse. It may not actually be, my point is, my suspicion is it may not, potentially it's not exactly to do with, a lack of deposits or funds at these regional banks. It's just short sellers doing their thing. All right, guys. All right. I appreciate you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll talk about Coinbase. We'll talk about Block. We'll talk about today's Fed meeting. And I'm sure we're going to talk about the prices and how they were affected by today's news. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking with me through that disaster. And, hopefully tomorrow I'll do better. All right, guys.